because we got to talk about our friends at DraftKings. You know, America's top-rated sportsbooking app. Not only are they safe, but they are secure. And just like the homie Big Deke Energy, they are reliable. And for all the first-time people out there, you know, when you're getting ready to make that first bet, make sure you sign up and use the promo code MOATS so you can receive up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. Simple concept. Deke puts money in. Deke puts promo code in. It's Deke's first time. I'm Mr. DraftKings. I like MOATS. I match whatever Deke puts in up to $1,000. It's a great concept, man. You can't lose. You can't miss out on that right there. But more importantly, man, it's just going to give you an opportunity to win some money. Y'all listen to us talk. We give y'all all the inside information, all the scoops. So just follow us, baby. All right, follow us for that chance to win. But Deke, we know sometimes people can get a little overwhelmed with the chance to win. Sometimes, Deke, people can get a little bit overwhelmed with, you know, winning or sometimes not winning money. And they could have a problem.
Could be chasing.
And you know what you need to do when you have a problem?
Tell me.
Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you know someone with a gambling problem. If you got a crisis, and you need some counseling, you better call 1-800-GAMBLER. You better call them, 1-800-GAMBLER, or that is 1-800-4225-37, baby. Yeah. The NFL.com's QB index, man. They update them weekly. So it is always cool to see, you know, just flavor of the week, how they are viewing certain quarterbacks and where they think they should fall or not fall on said list. But I believe Deke has the list prepared, fired up, ready to go.
Ready for me to read it off?
Yeah. So what we'll do is read it off 1 through 32 so we can get the order. Let me know where our Steeler or multiple Steelers may be located because we do happen to have 2 quarterback situation right now.
Gotcha.
And then from there, when we get to said Pittsburgh quarterback, we'll read off with everything they have for that player.
Okay. And maybe even react to the rest of the list. Huh?
Absolutely.
Like where you'd have different quarterbacks and stuff if you agree with them. All right, number 1, they have Dak Prescott. 2, Tom Brady. 3, Lamar Jackson. 4, Derek Carr. 5, Josh Allen. 6, Matt Stafford. 7, Aaron Rodgers. 8, Justin Herbert. 9, Mahomes. 10, Kirk Cousins. I cannot believe it.
Captain Kirk. You like that? You like that?
Joe Burrow, 11. Matt Ryan, 12. Russell Wilson, 13. Ryan Tannehill, 14. Mac Jones at 15. Teddy Bridgewater, 16. Jalen Hurts, 17. Baker Mayfield, 18.
Oh, that's your boy.
Carson Wentz, 19. Jimmy G, 20. Daniel Jones, 21. Trevor Siemian at 22. 2 at 23. Your boy Tyrod.
For the crib.
24.
For the crib. Let's go, man. That's because he's been hurt, though.
They got him above Justin Fields.
He's been hurt.
Justin Fields at 25.
He's been hurt. He can get his way back into the top 20.
Taylor Heineke at 26.
Oh, okay. ODU's finest. I see.
Goff at 27. They have Goff over Lawrence because Lawrence is at 28. Wow. Mike White.
You know, he got
fell off a little bit.
They going with Flacco this week, too.
Fell off a little bit. There goes my, hey, you guys should consider starting Mike White over Zach Wilson take. 29. PJ Walker, 30. Colt McCoy, 31. Mason Rudolph at 32.
Like dead last.
Yeah, so no Ben. They don't have the injured quarterbacks on this because Colt McCoy is on instead of Kyler Murray. Yep. And I'm trying to think if there's any other injured quarterbacks that.
Well, yeah, we already said Zach Wilson. He's not even up there either because he's hurt.
Yeah, I guess they don't have Joe Flacco then on either because he hasn't played a game yet. But dude, I can't take the disrespect anymore. It's gone too far.
For which player?
Mason Rudolph at 32.
Okay, I want to say because
he deserves to be 30.
Thank you. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was over here like, all right, I'm not gonna trip, but you're not going. First off of if we're going week to week, how is Jared Goff at 27 and Mason Rudolph at 32.
Yeah, honestly,
when
like
Mason
he should be
definitely outperformed Jared Goff
like,
in his week to week. It's week to week. So
he should probably be above Mike White then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't be 32.
He should not be 32. I'm over here like, he for a fact outplayed this guy that y'all have at 27.
PJ Walker at 30. Like, no, you can't have him above Mason Rudolph. You cannot.
Like, that's crazy.
Even Colt McCoy, I know he had a nice game.
Yeah.
Or was it 2
like
games
dead
back?
last, bro.
But last week,
that man a dead last.
Yeah, last week it was just more of what we've known Colt McCoy to be. Yeah, I'd put him at least above 30. At least above 30. You could.
I don't even know how I want to phrase this question. Hold on. I don't even know how I want to phrase this question to the chat. Like, should Mason be ranked dead last, or is the ranking of him being dead last accurate? Like, I can't agree with that. I feel like that's terrible, man.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all either.
Or maybe I should just ask people, where does Mason rank?
Where would you have him right now?
Yeah.
Amongst 32 other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27, 28, 29. At least above 30. At least above 30. You're right. If you have Goff at 27, I would put him above Goff, but I would not have Goff above Trevor Lawrence. I would have Lawrence above Heineke.
Bruh.
I feel like I would put Fields over Taylor. I'm not going to. I'd have Fields over Taylor and Tua. And Simeon. And probably even Daniel Jones. And Jimmy G.
High a little bit to me as well, man.
Yeah, I would have Trevor Lawrence up a little bit too. I think they have him a little too low. But yeah, I would have at least Mason Rudolph above Goff. So bump Goff down. I don't know how much though. Have Goff in the 28, 29 range and put.
How do you feel about
him.
Trevor Simeon being at 22 range though?
Well,
like that.
You heard my whole spiel on him last week.
He's been clean though. 3 games, 5 tutties, 0 picks. He's been kind of clean.
I'm just waiting for the dam to break though.
But he's been clean though. It's been clean right now.
Yeah, he's been fine. 22
he's
though.
Been clean right now.
To have him above Fields, I get it. Fields numbers, not the best. Definitely not the best. There's an eye test though element.
Well, no, I was gonna say I do feel like it's more context than just.
And that's what I'm saying. Even Trevor Lawrence, I'd put Trevor Lawrence over Trevor Simeon. You put Lawrence in the Saints system. Yeah, he's doing just that. I'm sure they have him. Like Sean Payton would talk to Lawrence and say, like, "Yo, you just got to keep it clean." Like, he wouldn't be as reckless with it because Jaguars, their season's over. He can make as many mistakes as he wants down there. It doesn't matter.
But he's been having turnovers this season. That was one of the things he talked about going into like week 3. I think he said something along the lines of, at the NFL level, he just didn't realize how much each possession mattered because in college, you could turn the ball over, but you're so much better than the other opponent. It doesn't matter. You're going to get an extra possession, 2 or 3 extra possessions and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mason at 32 just seems off. So what's the chat saying?
All right. So
someone's saying 34.
Man, I saw someone say 32 and a half. But no, I see Shoot the Rock says Mason should be at 28. Jabbar Staples says Mason at 27. Roy Tousley says 26. King Cody Tokes 27. I'm seeing a lot of 27s, 26. Dang, the Normsman 7. That's our South African friend. Says 36. Sheesh. And then Don 1, 32 and a half. Man. Whew, that's a little sad.
Robarian says, I don't think he could be ranked yet until his next game, a real full game that he's prepared for.
Well, I agree in that context, and I do think part of my reason of how I talked about Mason's performance this week was a little bit different than if he gets the opportunity to start and play this game. I'll be way more critical because the situation would warrant it. I mean, when you talk about a guy having a full week of preparation, a full week as the guy game plan being custom tailor fit for him, well, you expect him to, excel and to look a lot better. But what he had to deal with last week, I'm not holding that against him. And I still thought that he did some good things with the circumstances being what they were. Man, Let's Go UW has him at 20 though.
Oh,
but when you look at who's in that, we told you he was in the 22 range. You start talking about your Simeons. You start talking about who else is up here?
Tua, Tyrod,
Daniel Jones, like Garoppolo. It isn't the prettiest of situations in that area, man.
I would still have Garoppolo and Jones over him.
I would too.
He would need some of the comments.
Garoppolo.
Some of the comments are saying about sample size. He would need more of a sample size.
Yeah,
in my opinion, because just based off last game and then also his body of work up to this point, I can't put him over Jones. I wouldn't put him over Trevor Lawrence either. I wouldn't put him over Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Who else would we say? Jimmy G. I'm not the biggest fan of Jimmy G, but still, I mean, he's had a much more successful NFL career up to this point.
And Jimmy G doesn't turn the ball over. Jimmy G, like I said, he understands his role and he is fine with it, man.
There was a funny comment in here. I got to pull it up. It was good. Hold on. Yeah, this is Malachi. He says, Boswell not on this list. This list is fake news.
Hey, man. Is he QB1 or is Presley QB1? Well, Presley is probably the Haskins because he has like the big arm and all the potential, but we
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. Bob's QB1. For better or worse.
Is there a throw in the back of Danny Smith's mind here for Presley Harvin? A little fake.
Oh, gosh.
Is there potential here?
That was
not this week. I'm just saying for the rest of the season.
Oh, no, for a fact it is. He already has some doubt up.
Over under at 0.5. It either happens or it doesn't happen.
He has a doubt up. Well, no, it will happen if they stay competitive. Because you
think Ravens game?
Yeah, you're not gonna call it in a game where it's meaningless just to get it on tape. But down the stretch though, man, and a guy to have a situation, they'll definitely call it.
What game you predicted?
I don't know, probably like a random Cincinnati game or something like that, bro.
So Cincy's next week.
It could be then. If you win this week.
Titans maybe? Titans at home?
You thinking about it differently, bro. Like, it's hard to just go in and say, oh, yeah, that's the game. Like, nah, man. It's just going to be
It's going to be based off the other team's formation.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but also, like, the flow of the game, man. Like, I remember since Rob G is on my mind right now, since we're about to go, obviously, he'll be out there in the West Coast, but it's at the tailgate. They played the clip from the Cincinnati game. We were playing them Monday Night Football. I think it would have been either 15 or 16. But we end the game actually calling the fake punt to go ahead and retain possession. We had Darius Hayward Bay for like a 20, 30 yard catch. It was crazy. But like, there's moments like that where it's going to be random, close, one score game. And it's like, yo, we need this possession right here. We got to have it. And it's going to happen like that. But yeah. Danny got fakes. He got fakes on deck. But you got to know when to call him. And if you call him at the wrong time and you call him too early, number one, you run the risk of, like the Browns, how they were able to pick up on it, right? It was a telltale sign in it. Or you run the risk of you call it in a game that you really didn't need it. And now when you really got to run it, you can't go back to it.
Right.
Yeah. No different than, what was it? The Colts, they ran the, no, it was the Saints when they ran the surprise onside kick.
You talking about the Super Bowl?
In the Super Bowl, yeah. If they would have done that at any other time during the season, it would have been a telltale sign. It would have been, okay, well, this guy creeps in, that guy's aligned outside the numbers, and now you pick up on it. Because back then, especially where the alignments were different, you could count and tell when people were going to run a fake. Is it 2 guys outside the numbers? Is it 3 guys outside the numbers? How many guys are over here? And you could just start picturing it like, oh, okay. So when they about to run the fake, that guy's over there. Oh, why is the head coach all of a sudden watching? Oh, every time he's watching, it's a fake as well. Like, it's little things you could pick up on, man. Yeah.
Let's go, UW. Little super chat action. Says, after rewatching the game, Mason has great intangibles. Mm-hmm. Just needs to fix his accuracy. I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, that was the rest of it? Oh, okay.
That was it.
No, to me, I'm on par with that. I do think that a couple of throws he could have been a little better on, especially just like, I mean, it's no different than some of the stuff we've said about Ben this season. Just some of the deep ball placement, right? I know the early one he threw to James Washington ended up being the pass interference, but it's like, man, you can put more air on that thing. He's probably catching that. It's a little different, a little easier of a vibe for him. Some of the comeback routes, I mean, I still thought he was hitting Deontay some good throws, but he still missed some throws. But as a whole, I mean, that's the difference at the quarterback position, right? The guys that are accurate 90% of the time are the elite guys, or not 90% because nobody's 90% accurate, but you understand what I'm saying? Like the guys that are super, super accurate, super consistent, they are the top 5, top 10 quarterbacks. I mean, if we go down the list of how many legit franchise quarterbacks we think there are, we'll probably say about 10.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was thinking about that because right. of this list. I was like, I'd have 10 guys up here and then the rest of the list doesn't really matter that much to me.
That's the NFL. And that's why it's always funny, like when we view quarterbacks and it's like we expect every quarterback to be elite. But it's like we can't even name surefire 10 to 15 guys. We're like, yo, this is a bona fide, guaranteed franchise quarterback. Gotta have it. Like if we did a list, we would both be like, oh man, I don't think that guy is. You'd be like, I think this guy is. And it's still only half the guys in the league, if that. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Hannibal 090 says, like Mason looked good on that first drive. I agree.
Mhm.
I was shocked, but then the rest of the game happened. Did his teammates not show confidence in him to you?
To me, I don't think it was a confidence issue. I think that his teammates let him down in some instances. The two plays that stick out to my mind the most, the Deontay Johnson fumble. That kills a drive, potentially a game-winning drive, and then obviously the Pat Frymuth fumble at the end. If neither one of those fumbles happen and field goals are kicked and the game is won, we're not saying those things about Mason. We're singing a different tune. Man, he started out hot, kind of disappeared, clutch drive at the end. We've heard that story way too many times, right? Clutch moment. So for me, I don't think it was, on Mason. I think that Mason did do his part with all the variables considered, but I don't think it was a lack of confidence in him. I just think the situation as a whole was just crazy. What you find, I mean, Barron told us what they found out literally Saturday night in meetings, after meetings. It's like, that's not a lot of time, man. So yeah.
What'd you think of the rest of the list? I think it's god awful.
I hate the beginning of it too. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
You can't have Dak Prescott at one.
I hate the beginning of it. And I like Dak, but I was like, I don't like him like that, man.
Well, I get bothered a little bit by the premise of the list of them just moving dudes up and down week to week, because I don't care how good Dak Prescott's been playing, or just some of these other guys, even like in the top 10. Like Derek Carr, I don't care how good he's been playing. I'm not taking them over Tom Brady in a game that matters.
Over Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers at 7.
Exactly.
It's like, I'm not doing that. Now, Stafford has been balling. Well, he was balling out until he started doing these turnovers all of a sudden. But yeah, I'm not taking him over Rodgers. Nah.
So my guys. It's Mahomes, it's Brady, it's Ben, Rodgers, Russ. Those 5. Like I wouldn't put any of these dudes like over those guys. Super Bowl champions. These are guys I trust.
Do you like
game?
Burrow?
I have to have it.
Do you like Burrow over Cousins?
Is that what they have? Or they have Cousins above
Cousins
Burrow?
at 10, Burrow at 11.
Yeah, I don't really like Cousins.
And because I was like, numbers wise, they're pretty much identical. I mean,
Burrow's been falling off though. He's been turning the ball over a lot. I just don't like Cousins.
Yeah,
I really don't.
But dude,
I would rather take a chance with Burrow because I think he has more upside.
So check this out. Like I said, both of their completion percentages 68%, passing yards 2,434, 2,497. So they're right on par. But this to me is crazy. Kirk Cousins, 18 touchdown passes,
I know.
only 2 interceptions, bro.
No, that's his career though.
Yo,
his stat lines are
20
insane.
tutties, 11 picks. I'm just like, that's crazy that he's got 2 interceptions, bro.
Kirk Cousins' stat lines are
like, yo.
great. You could look back on his Pro Football Reference page. You're like, wow, this dude has had a hell of a career.
Yeah.
But we all know this. If you watch the games, clutch moments, need to have it, do or die, whether it's prime time, whether it's like the NFC Championship or NFC Divisional game in the playoffs. I don't trust Kirk Cousins. And that's what he's proven to be up to this point. So,
but he can win big playoff games on the road. We've seen the walk-off in New Orleans. We did see that.
I just think he's capped. Yeah, I think he's capped for a good moment here or there, but you don't see a consistent 3-4 playoffs. Let's get to the Super Bowl, because then the next game he's just going to fall apart. So Cousins at 10 is ridiculous to me. So I already named my 5 guys. And you want to talk about like the franchise QBs? I would also I'd throw your boy Allen in there. I'd throw Stafford in there.
Okay.
I would throw Lamar in there. Did I say Stafford?
Yeah, you said him already.
I said Stafford.
What about Matt Ryan? You put him in there?
I'd throw Herbert. No, not Matt Ryan.
What about Tannehill? You put him in there?
No.
Mac Jones.
He will be.
Okay.
Just not yet. So I probably have 9 guys. I'd say like
I was going to say
franchise.
What about Carson Wentz? Are you throw him in that list?
I would, you know what? Between Dak and Carr's on that 10, 11. Then.
Okay.
I would have that.
Okay. I'm going to ask him a couple names. Jimmy G.
No.
Okay.
This is franchise guy.
Yeah, franchise guy. Daniel Jones?
I think I'm out.
Tua?
Out.
Wow. Justin Fields, though.
Got to see. I think Mac Jones is the most sure thing right now out of this rookie class. Situation and everything.
Yeah.
If you're saying this dude's going to have an awesome 10 to 15 year NFL career, franchise guy, I think he's the best bet right now.
And he is in the best situation also.
Exactly.
In terms of like organizational stability, you got a head coach that has proven it and has worked with the quarterback. It's like identical to what you are. You know what I mean? So yeah, I could definitely see that. Because I'm trying to think.
Because I could see Fields having the upside of a Wentz Eagles year.
But see,
if he's in a bad situation.
I could see Fields having a situation where they fired a coach in a year. You know what I mean? Like, if that happens, now you're going through an overhaul. You
That's
might
what I mean.
end up like the Josh. I don't think he would be in a Josh Rosen situation because he has played at a higher level and he's a little bit more intriguing with his legs and stuff like that. But you do run that risk of whoever that new coach is, if he has a player that he wants that plays quarterback, now you could be the odd man out, or the situation could just be really toxic in some situations.
You know who I forgot in my franchise list there too?
Mhm.
I put Kyler Murray. I'd actually put him and Dak above Carr. So
Okay.
Kyler Murray, Dak, T10.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably have man, that's close.
What about NFC champion, Super Bowl appearance starting quarterback Jared Goff?
No.
I figured I'd gas him up a little bit, make it sound sweet.
We have him under Mason.
We do, bro. Bro, it's crazy. I'm just like, It's not a good look, man.
Yeah, so after those top like 10, 11 guys that I would consider franchise guys, the rest of the list just like doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have the high upside guys over dudes like Cousins. So Burrow, Mac Jones. Do I consider Tannehill upside still a little bit? Yeah. Tannehill's like in that Cousins class for me. I would have Tannehill over Cousins though. Teddy Bridgewater, nah.
Two gloves.
Jalen Hurts.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm on the fence about Jalen, bro.
Yeah. I'm on the fence, but honestly, I'd rather take a chance with him than like Cousins. Be honest with you.
I'm not.
I know what Cousins is. At least I got some upside with Hurts. I put Wentz over Cousins, actually. Even. I feel like there's still some upside with him, at least.
No, see, the waiting on upside, man, to get you five, baby. That's what I do.
No, but he's been having a really good year
this year. But I would like to wait to see him do it all together. Continue to put it together. That's all.
I feel like for me, he's only had that one bad year because he's been on a good trajectory. The MVP year and then his season after that, he's just been injured too much. That's been his problem. Cousins has actually been consistent in terms of health. You can give him that.
Cousins,
available.
His floor is consistent to you know what you're getting with him. Now, is he to me, I view Cousins as a high end fringe 10-15 quarterback in that range. Like he's the top tier of those type of guys to me. Like I like Cousins. I probably like him. Pure quarterback. I'm taking him over Tannehill. Pure quarterback. I'll probably take him over Wentz right now at this stage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of my list. Yeah. That's how I view it with this stuff. Like I'd take Trevor Lawrence over Cousins, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're wild.
Not saying that's
you are wild.
Not saying that's backed by this season because Lawrence has been kind of helter-skelter with the ball. It's just I'd rather have a guy, and I think eye test stuff like Lawrence he's gonna be good.
Okay,
I think he's gonna be really good. You just gotta either give him a year, better situation. I don't know. Another year to develop, but I think eye test he's gonna be stud.
So who you taking? Steelers for everyone to know this one: Baker Mayfield or Kirk Cousins?
Oh man, this is just.
I mean, some of these names you saying over Kirk Cousins, I'm like, bro.
I'm taking Cousins over Baker.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely Cousins over Baker.
Why is that? What was your deciding factor?
I just think he's better.
All right. Okay.
Baker's the worst version of Cousins. I'll put it that way. That's how I view him. Yeah, like, so Cousins I'd have above Jimmy G. I'd have above Baker Mayfield. You know, Matt Ryan and Cousins are probably on like the same kind of level right now.
Oh, man. See, I like Matty Ice over Kirk. You not a Matty Ice guy either?
Not that much. I'm not really against them.
Mm-hmm.
I just view them about in the same vein.
Wow. Okay.
Capped. I'd rather have one of the young guys.
Okay.
Burrow, Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence.
Now, when you say capped, are you saying that you just don't think they were ever going to get... Well, because obviously Ryan has an MVP and has been to a Super Bowl.
Well, especially now. Yeah, they're done. Falcons are done. He's never won a championship down there.
Okay.
Same with Cousins. I'll bet all my money he doesn't win an NFL championship.
But like, what's the difference? Like, why the optimism so high in Pittsburgh versus like Minnesota? Because like Minnesota, they are very complete. Like they got a squad.
In terms of teams?
Yeah. I think Cousins definitely has a chance out there.
I just know we got the quarterback that wins games. As much people want to even rip on last season, we still win 13 games. We win the division. And if he was in right now, we'd be 6-3.
I'm not following. We're talking just like Cousins wins a ton of games too.
No.
But he does though. Cousins
Like
wins.
8-8.
Cousins wins games. Cousins takes you to playoffs.
Gets a wild card here or there. No, it ain't like that. Not big winning. You know how I like to say big winning.
No, I'm with you on that, but just Pittsburgh wise, we haven't had big winning for a while. That's all. I'm just trying to figure out like the parallels. That's
unfortunate breaks, but you could say that with anyone. Even some of the other guys I have in, that top five I was talking about that have won Super Bowls, Rodgers, Russell Wilson. They haven't won either, but
I'm with you, yeah.
But it's like,
but we don't write those guys off the right away though. That's all.
Oh, well, I've talked about this. I give them the benefit of the doubt. I've seen the big winning from them. And even though they haven't, let me put it to you this way, even though they haven't won, let's say in like the past decade, like a Super Bowl, they've still done big winning. They still put their teams in positions. It's not solely on them. So they're still franchise caliber quarterbacks. They're still Super Bowl winning caliber quarterbacks. Breaks just haven't happened that way. I'm trying to
think of outside of, let's see, Brady.
And those guys and the other guys that
so how far are we dating back in terms of big winning or appearances in these games? Are we talking 5 years, 10 years? Like how far are we going back?
I just view it as I want this guy as my quarterback tomorrow. Life on the line, big game, whatever it is. Yeah, I'd take those 5 guys.
Okay. Even if in the past 5 years they haven't had an AFC or NFC championship game appearance.
Yeah, because I just trust them. I think there's a different element to that. It's hard to do.
Yeah, because that's why I feel like I have my disconnect. It's like, bro, if we're talking big winning and that's the category, but then the guys that we name haven't even done that within the recent 5 years, then it's like, are they really big winning, or are we just talking about them because of their name and what we hope or think they can accomplish? That's all.
But you see what I mean? I think there's a difference between those guys and trusting them in a big game. Now, and that's what I'm talking about. Breaks haven't gone there. Like Rodgers in the one NFC. Like if Breeze was, I'd include Breeze, but I know he kind of got limited last year. But like Breeze had some bad breaks. Even he hasn't won in 10 or 11 years. But always Saints are in it. You trust Breeze. That's who you want. And on a game in, game out situation, sometimes things don't happen. Things don't go your way. There's a win and a loss.
But couldn't the same things to an extent be said about Cousins, though?
He hasn't done anything to give me benefit of that. I don't even think he's made it to an NFC championship.
I'd have to look. Like I said, he beat
division. I think he lost
on the road, though.
He lost in the divisional to the 49ers after he beat.
But that was the year the Niners went to the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like.
But he got embarrassed. Any of these other dudes, like Rodgers, he's had playoff runs. He's had playoff moments. Ben, he's had playoff moments. Obviously, Brady, Mahomes. Russell Wilson. So I trust those guys. That's who I want when I do or die game.
So you just named what, 4 guys?
4 or 5 guys. Yeah. That's who I have. I told you those are my cream of the crop guys. Yeah. Now the next one, I was telling you, these guys have the upside. They got to win to get in.
I don't know. It just seems a little funny, man, when I hear how you excuse certain and then this is cool and then that's just like you move the goalpost depending on which quarterback we talk about. That's all.
Wait, who am I excusing though?
No, I'm just saying in general. It's like you move the goalpost a little bit.
What am I moving the goalpost?
On like what's considered your big winning and when did it have to happen and stuff like that. That's all. But because I still think like Cousins is very much capable of the quote unquote big winning. I think Matty Icy's already proven that he has done big winning, and I can't put the Super Bowl loss on it. So we're putting the Super Bowl loss on him now?
No, not completely.
So if we're not, then how do you fault him for it? Because I thought he performed really well.
Something to closing. I don't know. There's
but he's proven to close it. Like, what are we talking about?
He hasn't. He doesn't have a Super Bowl.
He has an MVP?
Doesn't matter. I guarantee he would. Him, Cam Newton, they would trade their MVPs for Super Bowl championship. I guarantee it.
Oh, man.
That's always going to be a dark stain on their resumes.
I don't think so.
Not completely, but it is something I think that you would much rather have, to be called a Super Bowl champion as opposed to regular season MVP.
Team-wise, yes. I'm not going to always say that for individuals, though.
We'd have to ask them.
Yeah, because like I said,
I guarantee you that.
Just because personal experience, I've talked to Super Bowl champs that are like, I would much rather have had this and this and this instead of this ring. That's all.
Might be different for a quarterback because you're like considered the leader of a team, so team success kind of goes hand in hand. But I guarantee you that Super Bowl is haunting Matty Ice. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, but it wasn't on him though. Did he play a part? Sure, but I don't think that we could say that was a Matty Ice choke job where that was on him. I don't think that was the case. I think everybody's putting it on Shanahan because the calls, you could see how it was.
What do you think of Well, like, yeah, how would you have it in terms of like franchise guys, either top 10, like having Dak at 1? Do you have any? Do you have any glaring things that?
Well, besides Dak at 1, Mason at 32, Goff at 27, those type of things. But I mean, obviously, I would move some of these guys around a little bit more. Man,
Derek Carr at 4. Like, it's just egregious to me.
That's really high to me. That's super high to me.
And that's even with him having some bad games.
What I'm saying. That's like super high.
I'm pretty stubborn in terms of I still, even with Derek Carr's like first 4 weeks, like I wouldn't have him in anywhere close to my top 5. Like he'd still be on my fringes of like top 10, 11 or 12. But they have him 4 even with his last 3 weeks of kind of falling off too.
Well, and I looked at you look at Stafford. Stafford's only dropped 1 spot. I'm like, bro, these past 2 games, Stafford low key been tricking it off a little bit. Now I know one of the picks in that Niners game, the one that was the pick 6 wasn't on him. That was, hit the daggone receipt right in the chest. He just dropped it. That's how you get the pick off of it. But to me as a whole, I'm just like, I ain't liking that all the way either, man. But in terms of who I think franchise quarterbacks are right now, I go Dak, Brady, Lamar, Josh, Stafford, Rodgers, Mahomes. Who I forget? Oh, the injured guys. That's what I was forgetting. I was like, okay, Murray.
You've Kyler.
We still got Ben up there right now. Fringe.
Get him in. Get him in.
Super French.
Get him in.
Super French. Super duper French. More so because of the moxie and the above the neck type of stuff. Less about necessarily ability right now. You know what I mean? Just clarifying those things there. Got Russ in there. I don't know if I said him or not. But yeah, Russ.
No, you didn't say him yet.
So Russ makes 10. Okay, might be one. Yeah, because to me, like, Carr's French. He's like outside looking in. I think of Herbert, Burrow. All those guys are like the next wave, but I still need to see more of it. This is like their audition to make that next jump.
Yeah, I think we're kind of on the same page with that then.
Yeah, I just think that my ranking is a lot closer than how like you talk about these guys. You make it like it's this like cliff.
I just have 5.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's this cliff. I'm like, I don't think it's like that.
The 5 or 6 guys that have won Super Bowls.
I think it's close. It's really close, especially when you start talking about like the back end of those 5s and 10s. I think it is a lot closer.
Well, when I was saying this even on my Twitch stream, so my whole thing of these guys win the Super Bowls, they're head and shoulders above. Like these are just guys I trust in big games and whatnot. These are guys that I want if I'm picking from scratch, little pickup game, whatever. Yeah. 3 of them are like older. So you have Brady, Ben, and Rodgers. You know, in the next 3 or 4 years, once they start getting phased out, retiring and whatnot, like there's gonna have to be room for dudes to step up.
Yeah.
Because all that would be left is Mahomes and Russell Wilson. The other guys that would be in the league with Super Bowls, Joe Flacco and Nick Foles, but those were absolute outliers to me.
Yeah.
So there's going to be room for some of these young guys to like, all right, let's see what you got. Who's got the clutchness in them?
We will see, man. We will see. We will see. All right. But no, that was cool, man, on the QB index. We might have to start doing that weekly too, man. See how they start changing this thing out, especially when 7 gets back. Hopefully that is this week.
I'm good with that.